an auction house in Beverly Hills. Nicolas Cage raises his hand to outbid Leonardo DiCaprio for a smuggled dinosaur skull. At that exact moment, the Oscar-winning actor was sitting on a massive $150 million fortune. Yet just a few years later, he was signing contracts for terrible, low-budget movies simply to pay off a $14 million debt. This is how one of Hollywood's biggest stars bought his way to the edge of ruin, and the grueling, decade-long fight to pay it all back. In the late 90s and early 2000s, Nicolas Cage was one of Hollywood's highest-paid stars, commanding up to $20 million per film. But as the money poured in, Cage spent it on a collection of assets so bizarre it sounded like a fantasy novel. He bought 15 homes across the world, including Midford Castle in England for $5 million and a Bavarian castle in Germany for $2.3 million, where he reportedly only spent a single night. In 2006, he purchased Leaf Key, a private island in the Bahamas, for $3 million. His eccentricities extended far beyond real estate. Cage spent $150,000 on a pet octopus, claiming it helped his acting, and bought 2 albino king cobras named Moby and Sheba. He collected pygmy shrunken heads and purchased a 9-foot pyramid mausoleum in a New Orleans cemetery for his eventual burial. In 2007, he bought the infamous La Laurie Mansion in New Orleans for $3.4 million, a property notorious for its dark history, involving a 19th-century serial killer, hoping it would inspire him to write the great American horror novel. His spending was legendary, but his most bizarre purchase would lead him directly into bidding war with another Hollywood titan, and a subsequent visit from federal agents, where a 67-million-year-old Tyrannosaurus bataar skull was put up for sale. He found himself in a fierce bidding war with fellow actor Leonardo DiCaprio. Determined to win, Cage outbid DiCaprio and secured the prehistoric fossil for a staggering $276,000. But this prized possession would eventually become a financial and legal nightmare. Years later, Homeland Security contacted Cage, revealing that the skull had been illegally smuggled out of Mongolia. Preet Bharara, the U.S. attorney in Manhattan, filed a civil forfeiture complaint for the stolen artifact. In 2015, Cage voluntarily returned the skull to U.S. authorities for repatriation to Mongolia. He lost the fossil, and because the auction house was gone, he lost his $276,000 entirely. Was nothing compared to the financial storm that was about to hit his entire real estate portfolio. Cage's downfall wasn't caused by a single fraudulent scheme, but by a classic cash flow trap. Even with a peak net worth of $150 million, his hyper-extravagant spending on non-liquid luxury items far outpaced his massive income. In 2001, Cage hired Samuel Levin as his business manager to handle his finances. But instead of keeping Cage's spending in check, Levin allegedly placed the actor's money into highly speculative and risky real estate investments. Then in 2008, the global financial system buckled, and the real estate market crashed, becoming illiquid liabilities that he could not sell. At the exact same time, his unpaid taxes caught up with him. In July 2009, the IRS filed a $6.3 million tax lien against Cage for unpaid taxes from 2002 to 2004, followed by an additional $6.7 million tax bill in 2008. In total, Cage owed approximately $14 million to the IRS and other creditors, with his properties crashing in value and the tax authorities demanding millions. Cage turned on the man he trusted to protect his fortune. On October 16, 2009, Nicolas Cage, represented by his attorney Marty Singer, filed a massive $20 million lawsuit against his former business manager, Samuel Levin. The lawsuit accused Levin of gross negligence and fraud, alleging that he had lined his own pockets with management fees while leading Cage down a path of financial ruin. But Levin did not back down. On November 12, 2009, Levin filed a countersuit, placing the blame entirely on Cage's shoulders. Levin described an actor who refused to stop buying castles, islands, and yachts, ignoring direct warnings that he was spending far beyond his means. The legal battle painted a chaotic picture of two men steering a financial ship directly into an iceberg, each blaming the other for holding the wheel. While the lawyers fought, the reality remained. Cage was facing absolute ruin. To survive, he had to make a choice that would change his career forever. By January 2010, Cage publicly declared his intention to pay back every single cent of the $14 million he owed to the IRS. While many celebrities in his position would have filed for bankruptcy to wipe their debts clean, Cage refused. Instead, he embarked on one of the most prolific and exhausting acting streaks in modern cinema. From 2011 onward, Cage began taking on a massive volume of roles, often starring in direct-to-video and low-budget films. He worked constantly, sometimes filming multiple movies a year without a break. He openly called this a dark period of his life, admitting he took on many film roles that were considered crummy just to pay off his debts. Yet he never treated the work with contempt, stating that work was always his guardian angel, keeping him focused and moving forward. Year after year, movie after movie, the debt began to shrink. And finally, after more than a decade of relentless grinding, the day of financial freedom arrived. By 2023, Nicolas Cage confirmed he had officially paid off his entire $14 million debt. He had successfully cleared his obligations without ever filing for bankruptcy, preserving his financial honor through pure, relentless labor. He had to sell off his castles, his private island, his haunted New Orleans mansion, and even his prized Action Comics #1 comic book, which he originally bought for $150,000 and sold for $2 million. The dinosaur skull was gone. The mansions were gone. But Nicolas Cage was finally free. It is a story of extreme excess, a sudden collapse, and the ultimate price of the Hollywood dream. But the illusion of easy Hollywood wealth doesn't just trap eccentric actors. It also attracts brilliant con artists. And that is the next case, a $2 million Hollywood scam, where one man fooled 500 creators.